Welcome, students. This is the first lecture of Pakistan Studies. Today, we will be learning about Chapter 1, which is Ideological Rationale with reference to Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, Allama Muhammad Iqbal, and last but not the least, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. First of all, we will learn about ideology. What is ideology? The social or political program of any movement that becomes a collective objective of any nation is called ideology. Ideology means such an aim according to human beings planned about their future. Now we will know the origin of the word ideology. The term ideology is a French word and composed of two Greek words, ideo and logos. It literally means the science or study of ideas. Antoine Destaldi-Tracy used the word ideology during the French Revolution and defined it as the science of ideas, meaning thereby as the study of origins, evolution, and nature of ideas. So the precise definition of ideology is a set of aim and ideas that directs one's goals, expectations, and ideas. The ideology is a set of beliefs, values, and ideals of a group and a nation. It is deeply inbuilt the social awareness of the people. It is a set of principles, a framework of action and guidance system that gives order and meaning to life and human action. In the positive sense, a system of beliefs, values, ideas, manner of thinking, convictions, characteristic of a group or individual, manner of thinking, institutions, visionary thoughts, practicable goals, and a body of knowledge which a people considers true, binding ideas on the basis of some economic, social, or political theory or system is called ideology. The ideology of any nation reflects the ideals and aspirations of its people, and religion and cultural shape their thinking which binds them together. Ideology consists on those ideas which a nation struggles to achieve satisfactorily to bring stability to its nationhood. It also consists on a set of suggestions, proposals about the nature of individual and society. These proposals clearly marked human conditions, approaches, and understanding of a social and political order and provide a basis for the achievement of a desired social system. Ideology is the lens through which a person views the world. Within the field of sociology, ideology is broadly understood to refer to the sum total of a person's values, beliefs, assumptions, and expectations. Ideology exists within society, within groups, and between people. It shapes our thoughts, actions, and interactions, along with what happens in society at large. Ideology is directly related to the social structure, economic system of production, and political structure. It both emerges out of these things and shapes them. George Levi said, defining the ideology is a plan or program which is based upon philosophy. To some extent, took a similar view of ideology by defining it as the conservative, self-seeking, and biased views of the dominant class in society. An ideology offers an interpretation of the past and an explanation of the recent and a vision of the future. Ideology is a system of concepts and views which serves to make sense of the world while obscuring the social interests that are expressed therein and by its completeness and relative internal consistency tends to form a closed system and maintain itself in the face of contradictory or inconsistent experience. Ideology is not only a thought, but it is also a feeling which awakens humans to progress. It sets the mutual deities and rights of the humans. In view of the different approaches towards the meaning of an ideology, a working definition can, however, be evolved to reach at conclusions. Ideology is different form of these comprehensive patterns of moral beliefs about men, society, and the universe in relation to men and society. Ideology is often understood as a way of thinking about the cultural and social program of a political movement launched to liberate a repressed group from the misuse of a more dominant social class. The ideology deals with idea or abstract speculations and is a systematic set of arguments and beliefs used to justify an existing or desired social order. I hope that you guys understood the meaning of ideology. Now we're gonna be learning political ideology. It is a form of ideology. A political ideology is a system of beliefs that explain and justifies a preferred political order, either existing or proposed, and offers a strategy, institution, processes, programs for its attainment. Ideology of life. When a significant purpose becomes a joint ideal of people's life, then it is a common ideology of life. A question arises: how does ideology emerge? Ideologies often reflect the way of thinking of a nation or a social group who has been rejected a social position which otherwise would have been its due place in the society. It grows amongst the dissatisfied and disgruntled group of society as a challenge to the prevailing social setup. The ideologies are propagated as a system program of logical ideas which convincingly explain the human destinies. The ideologies are highly integrated around one or few preeminent values such as salvation, equality, or ethnic purity. They lay emphasis on their form, distinctiveness, and never intend to follow outlooks, creeds, and other ideologies existing in the same society. Ideologies tend to arise in the times of crisis and social stress. Society has no ideology when faced with a crisis, may find it difficult to decide by reacting to its ethical and practical aspects as to whether to confront it with courage or retreat from it. At such a moment, while ideology has its binding functions, it also provides a simple and sure answer, leaving no chances for subsequent regrets. This is inherent in the fight for principles. According to Rio M. Christensen, ideologies and modern politics, that an ideology emerges when people feel strongly that they are being mistreated under an existing order, when their status is threatened by fundamental changes occurring in society, and when the prevailing ideology no longer satisfies them. This state of affairs drives the ignored and maltreated groups towards other ideologies which show them a new horizon of better life. Ideology is emphasis on particular principles, ideals, and blueprint for the future. It offers a review of the existing political, social, and economic arrangements that create consciousness based on its principle. It is a commitment and a sense of direction. It legitimizes or delegitimizes certain actions and philosophies. Ideology gives the nation a direction and worldview, and its implementation is the responsibility of the concerned people. It is emphasizes the role of leadership and state. Now we will know about characteristic of an ideology. The ideology must contain following traits. Maximum people should be united on this ideology. The ideology must be harmonized with the feelings, emotions, traditions, beliefs, and values of the nation. Enough individual manpower is requisite in it. This can be obtained by collective efforts. An organized party of leaders to implement this ideology is imperative required. Components of ideology. First is common religion, common cultures, common clauses. Now we will know about importance of an ideology. Ideology is important in following aspects. Ideology is a motivating force for a nation which is striving hard to bring stability and homogeneity to its nationhood. It provides the cement-binding base to the scattered groups in society and brings them closer to each other on a common platform. Ideologies impel their adherents to follow a joint line of action for the accomplishment of their goal. Ideologies give shape to the revolutions and give birth to new culture and civilization. Ideologies stress on their adherents to insist on the realization of their ideas through the total transformation of society. An ideology offers an interpretation of the past and an explanation of the present and a vision of the future. An urgent agreement with each other on the ideals is most vital prerequisite of an ideology. Ideology acts as a backbone for the structure of a nation, and without it there would be no concept of a nation or a nation state. It is a binding force that gels all the components of the structure of a nation together. It is the ideology that gives its followers an enormous move towards evolution or revolution. No nation can get its motives accomplished without wholly sticking to its ideology. Now we will come to the conclusion. An ideology is no doubt a root factor which persuades people to be a nation in fact. Resting on religious, linguistic, ethnic, and political or some other basis, the ideology provides people with a framework for their social, economic, political, cultural, and strategic activities. It goes without saying that even each individual consciously or unconsciously has certain concepts and rules leading his life. But the realization of common beliefs and code of conduct by a group can be said as emergence of ideology. That is a years-long process. The factors that may provide the basis for ideology are always in play, but some factors get precedence over the others for a specific group of people and become foundation of an ideology for them. Resultantly, a nation evolves with a specific ideology. A concerted move for the sake of their common interests. I guess you all have understood the main concept of it. Thank you for viewing this video and stay tuned for the next video.